So I started the suit by having my brother lay down on a large piece of orange felt, and then I cut all the way around his body, leaving about 3 inches on the outside of his body. And I did that through 2 layers of felt. And so once you've got those cut, here's what it looks like, and my cat helped. So it's got the arms, the legs, the whole body. So up at the top, I cut a divot through both layers for the neck hole. Then you want to sew along the top of the left arm and the right arm, and then under the bottom of each arm, and then down both sides on the outside, and on the inside of the legs too, just making sure to leave the bottom of the legs and the ends of the wrists open and the neck hole open. So once I had it sewn up like this, I did the exact same thing with some orange broadcloth, making an exact double of the felt suit, and then I just put that one over it and sewed it to the felt suit, so I ended up with this. Basically it's a double layered suit. And so then I just flipped the whole thing right side out. And then on the back side of the suit, whichever one you're going to use as the back side, just cut a line straight down the back, and you want to stick in a zipper. Just lay the zipper and sew the edges of the suit over it. So then get yourself a white shirt. You can use a tank top if you already have one. I didn't have one, so I cut the sleeves off of a white shirt. You want to cut the sides open as well. And then the neck, you want to cut it off so it's square. Just like that. You'll cut open both sides of the shirt. And so then I got some foamy stuff, and I just stuck that under one side of the shirt. And then starting at the top of the shirt, I glued the shirt to the foam. And then on the underside, I put a line of glue, and then I laid the shirt back over it, but I did not pull it tight, so it made a little scrunch. And then I did it again, laying a line of glue and laying the shirt over it, but making sure it's not tight so that it has a little scrunch. You just want to make those little scrunches all the way down the shirt. And then you'll just cut off the excess foam off the bottom. And then do the same thing on the back side. So then on the inside of one of the pieces of foam, put a little bit of glue. And then just put a strap of material. I'm using some of the leftover from the tank top, or from the shirt, some of the sleeves from the shirt. And then measure it out on the other side of your little tank top. And just hot glue it there, so that you have a side. The material is nice and stretchy, so you can just stretch it over your head, and you do the same thing to the other side. So you got 2 sides on it. So then for the gray straps, I just took some gray ribbon, measured it. You wanted a few inches, so you can glue it on the back side of the white tank top thing, and then measure it so it goes around the back. Cut it off and glue it there, and then you'll make a loop for each of the legs and glue the ends together. You don't want to glue them to the suit, just glue their ends together, and you'll slip them up over the legs. And then you'll put a piece in the middle and glue it to each of the legs. And then measure a piece for the belt, and you'll just put a few D-rings or a buckle on there to use as a tightenable belt. So for the pockets, just take a couple rectangles of broadcloth, and you just want to put a line of glue along the edges and fold them in. And on the bottom piece, on the bigger piece, you'll do that around 3 sides, leave the top open, and then on the smaller piece you'll go all the way around. Just makes nice crisp edges then, so they're not frayed or anything. And so then to glue them on, just put a little bit of glue along the bottom of the pocket, put it on the leg of the suit, and then you'll just glue on the other 2 sides. Again, leaving the top open. And then take the little piece, and you'll put some glue on the top side of it, and then you'll glue each of the other 2 sides, but leave the bottom open so that you can actually use the pocket. So then for the other pockets, the higher ones, you just want to cut a rectangle and cut a curve, and then cut some little slits in the curves so that you can fold the edge under like you did with the other ones to make smooth edges, and then just glue it around and leave the curve open so you can use the pocket. For the window pocket, cut a rectangle and cut a square out of the middle. Just take some clear vinyl and hot glue that around the edges so it'll look like that. And then you'll just glue that onto the sleeve, leaving one end open. like that, so that you can actually just go around the 3 sides, and then the top is open so you can slip your map in. And then the final pocket has a little curve on the end of it, so just glue all the edges under to make them smooth. And then you'll leave the top side open when you actually glue it onto the suit. You can slide your cylinders in there. So just like that. So I glued around the 3 sides and left the top open. And then on the other sleeve you just put another one of those little rectangular pockets like on the legs. So then I just took some dowels and a long triangle of cardstock, and you just roll the long triangle of cardstock around the top of the dowel and then hot glue the end in place. So I made 3 of those, just like that. Then I spray painted them silver, and I glued them inside the pocket, and then the tops I just put a little bit of glue on either side of them just to kind of hold them in place. And so then for the legs, just roll a nice cardstock cylinder and glue it in place. I'll do several of those, enough to go around your leg. Then you'll just take a piece of black ribbon and you'll lay those evenly spaced on the black ribbon. You want to make sure the black ribbon is long enough to go around your leg again. Once you've got those laid out, you'll just take another piece of black ribbon and you'll just glue it right over the top of those cylinders. Go right over the cylinders and glue it to the ribbon underneath. And so then I just painted the tips of them gray. Then you just want to put a piece of sticky back Velcro on either side of the ribbon and it'll fasten around your leg. And so then finally for the gloves, I took a rectangular piece of black felt, and I took a black glove, and then I just rolled the pieces of felt up around it and glued them in place. And so then here is the finished flight suit.